Hello there, beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone's doing wonderful. Life is treating you well. So happy to have you here. I'm going to do a tarot and energy card reading to see what's next for you and your person in your current situation. I will be reading for the both of you the entire reading, and when it's time for tarot, I'm going to have separate decks for the both of you, and I'll read for you at the same time. So this is just a little bit of almost personal reading. I say that because it's a little longer than my normal readings. This is probably going to tap into like 30 to 38 minutes or something like that, averaging maybe 35 minutes. So just keep that in mind. That's all. And yeah, I think I've only done this multiple times so far since I've started this channel. So I felt like, well, why not? It's appropriate. It's January. It's 2025. Hoping 2025 has been good to you so far. Life has been treating you well. For this reading, I'm going to read about the situation and the energy. So if something is fresh or new or it's been a while, I mean, you take it as it resonates for you. You know your situation best, okay? So we have the garden and the gate. There's an opportunity here to have to take a certain direction that's going to kind of bring about either happiness or peace of mind, or an opportunity here is knocking for somebody, or even the relationship. Maybe it's in a place where it's time for it to take off in a new direction. All right, victory. The victory's here, so something here is going to be celebrated. You're gonna have the world at your fingertips in that sense. Lots of passion with the sun. A lot of hard work here has been going through into this relationship. There could have been some sort of like not like a big, like a clash or a problem, but there could have been some challenges, or let me fix the lighting. Feels like it's a little too okay, the glare. I think the glare is a little on. Let me see. Oh well. It feels like, you guys have had challenges thrown in your way, okay? For whatever the reasons, could be anything, could be health, could be financial, could be stability, home, life, could be a breakup, a separation. There's been a lot, okay, but it feels to me like it was more like the universe kind of, doing a check-in with y'all. I don't want to call it a test, but kind of like checking in, saying, hey, let's see how y'all are gonna handle things. Somebody here is a little envious, okay? And we have balance is being restored. All right, balance is where something was off balance. Yes, this whole time. The envy though, I feel like this is coming from, like, I don't know. It feels like somebody's jealous of the fact that when the other person doesn't have time to spend with them, there's like a sense of jealousy, a sense of separation. It comes from a good place. Okay, it could almost feel like it's an attachment. So there's a little bit of work in that sense, or something's coming through. There could be a third extension of an energy for your side or their side that's also envious of what you have or what you both have. All right. But I feel like the world's at your fingertips here. You're going to be shown things. You're going to be, I feel like it feels like we're celebrating something, like an ending to something bad or negative, or just a change, or, just celebrating something exciting. But it's opening up so many opportunities for us. So for some of us, it feels like maybe there's an opportunity here where it's going to bring a lot of, like blessings and financial, oh my gosh, my cats have my hand. Anyways, but whatever blessings is coming through, whatever opportunities, there's, like, for example, opportunity to go learn something, to go do something, to go somewhere. Maybe someone also does not want that time apart from each other. Okay, so there's a little bit of that. So balance is coming through. I still feel like there's multiple elements of success. So no matter what the struggles are, feels like the overall energy for you two is the success is more, things will be more successful than problematic. All right. So if you're like going through hardships, like the successful things are coming through because of that. Okay, like reaping what you sow, but what you're reaping is good stuff. Like, right, because the seeds were with good intentions, which I feel like this feels like a good reading so far. Let's see what else is going on between you two that we haven't talked about yet, or what else do we need to see for you right now, Aries? right, so we have a message here coming in. Somebody might be wanting to check in. Again, it feels like somebody may want to get an answer, understand like what the next steps in something is. There's a main female here, Aries, that is holding their feelings and their emotions out for the other person. I feel like for some of you, you know, there's like a, it's like somebody here's confidence is strong. It's like they have faith in something, in the relationship and the energy, about the other energy. Something comes through as though like the trust is there for the sake of actual trust, like, right? Like, it doesn't feel like, even if there's like problems, it feels like you've gone through something, or cycle wise you've gone through this with this energy before. Oh my goodness, can you stop that? Can you stop that? That was my cat. You're going through like whatever cycles you've gone through before. It kind of almost always upgrades your connection with this person. So even if you have like time apart or a break or a distance or some sort, it feels like there's always an attachment here, like something that's always waiting. Okay, so I don't know if it's you that's always available in that sense, or you're both that way towards one another, but there's a main female here that's playing also a role. If you're like, well, hey, it's not me, it's not me, well, that could be the other energy that I was talking about earlier. Okay, whether it's coming towards you or towards your person, there's an external attachment coming in. All right, there's a lot of changes. We have 7 and 2 is a 9. This is a 9. Okay, so I like 9s. 9s are like reaping what you sow, changes from like outcomes. Okay, so some changes are good because now we're victorious, we're moving forward towards something. But this change could again require travel, it could require being apart a little, like distance wise. It could require like a lot more. It could bring certain like changes like financially, or just something here where I feel like the relationship, if the balance is going to struggle, it's going to be because somebody's feeling like the other person has more or does more or something like that. Okay, so that envy plays like internally with you and this person, but also with the energies around you. All right, like times were tough, things have been very, very challenging. Okay, I feel like for some of you, loyalties were being tested, something was being questioned. Sometimes things feel like, you know, they're like you're individually on your own, when it comes to like the relationship or the connection. But it does feel like, you know, it's like it's more about like the journey versus the actual current time. So I feel like with the despair and the sun, it does feel like we're coming out of this into this like top energy that's kind of finalizing things for the both of you. Okay, there's a message of concern. You know, whenever this card shows up, this card, it's like almost always there, and then it's like double 7 is 14. And I don't know where I'm going with that, honestly, but it's just like, wow, something is coming through. I feel like it's just there's an energy here, Aries, that has something that maybe they want to tell you, they want to share with you. Maybe it's the other person that kind of like if you have two people that care about you, or if your other person has somebody else, there's a message that might come through in terms of talking about that. It could bring about jealousy. It could be like some of the reasons sometimes where like things become challenging and like things become like a little too desperate, or too extreme. Maybe just like, I feel like the desperation or the extreme comes in terms of like frustrations. Okay, kind of like there's competition. All right, even if it's not like always spoken of, it just feels like it's there. But we have a path that's clearing up here for you and them. Okay, so some of you, like I said, there could be an opportunity coming through here. You may have to move, change your position, to change your job, have to travel longer, whatever. There's a lot of transformation coming through for you in this relationship with this person. But the changes are gonna be different this time. They're not gonna be like small changes. They're gonna be noticeable changes, and also necessary and important changes. Okay, and also look, you guys are meant to be. Okay, look, we have the Lover's card. I mean, beautiful, beautiful energy coming through. You know, I love it. It does feel like, you know, honestly, it's like, it feels like something does not have you guys always together, right? So whatever those reasons are, it could be karmic reasons as well, or attachments elsewhere. Whatever it is right now, it just feels like both of you are kind of working towards this whole nourishing this relationship, okay, in any way possible. So that's why there could be challenges and hardships, but you guys are like kind of seeing them through, like kind of getting over them in your own way. Okay, So far, everything feels like, you know, we're working towards wanting to be together. Maybe, you know, overcoming some struggles, being apart. Let's see what other messages want to show up about your situation right now. Okay. We have some tension. All right, turbulent times. Something's stressing somebody out here. Okay. We also have, it does feel like we're dealing with some karma here, repeated patterns. So deja vu's playing a role. All right, so it feels like I said, the changes are going to have to come through because things are kind of, to some degree, if the changes don't work out, and the whole sense of despair, it's going to feel like we're stuck, like we're unable to break a cycle. And if that happens, we're going to, unless we actually do something even more drastic to break the cycle, it becomes too hard to manage. Okay, so it becomes like worse or ugly. In the general sense, in any direction. It doesn't have to be like a fight or problem. It's more like the direction of the relationship itself, like the nourishment of it and the success of it and all that. Okay, we also have something. Look, we have the sun, but we also have frozen. Okay, I do feel like right now there could be some sort of quietness about a certain situation that's bringing about tension. All right, so maybe we're not talking as much, we're not opening up as much, things are a little, you know, we're going through some sort of a rough bump. Maybe there are like a whole lot of things being said to one another. Something is stressing the relationship out right now. All right, and we have somebody here that is being apprehensive and guarded. We almost like cautious and afraid. You know, I feel like the caution maybe coming from worrying about saying or doing the wrong thing more. Like even like if somebody's already messed up somehow, or just kind of with the commitment aspect of things. Okay, when things get too serious, maybe that gets a little too much. So some sort of like balance is important for this person or overall in the relationship. So I'm just going to kind of pull some tarot for you. You're going to be on the side, and then there'll be this side right here, and I'll pull all the cards, and then I'll start the reading because I want to read both your sides at the same time for each card that I pull. All right, so I'm going to take this opportunity here just to say again, if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome. Thank you for supporting my channel. Welcome back, y'all. If you're new, a super huge welcome to you. Welcome to the tribe. Okay, welcome to the little circle here that's growing. You know, if you enjoy tarot, you know, subscribe to the channel. I do variety style readings. Also, like the video, it does support. I feel like it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know. All right, but you know, if you do subscribe, we'd love to have you come back, so feel free to hit that notification bell. All right, also everybody is welcome here, so you can let me know how you're doing in the comments or what your thoughts are about your situation and the reading. Look at that, we have the sun showing up for you. I'm telling you, good things. We got two queens on the floor here for you on the table. Okay, so interesting things, interesting things. All right, and anything you'd like to know about me or the channel can be found in the description box. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. Okay. Wow, well, look at that. Okay, you have the Three of Cups, the reverse, Three of Wands in reverse. Alrighty, so and we've got your Ten of Cups here. All right. Your Ten of Cups, oh my goodness. Your Ten of Cups in the reverse to, or their Ten of Cups in the reverse to your Sun, okay? That's how we're going to start off with this reading. It definitely feels like the balance needs to be restored in this relationship. By the way, if I sound slow a little bit, I broke my glasses. So I'm heavily squinting. They're reading glasses or not. Like I can see, but I would enjoy my glasses better if, and I don't know why they broke because they usually sit by themselves. So anyways, that's what's going on. But I feel like the balance is coming through one-sided. Like maybe you're putting more effort into the relationship than this person. It feels like, I don't know why, but it feels like this person is really not, like it feels like they're hard to satisfy, hard to please kind of an energy. All right, it does feel like the current situation, you know, things feel like a little like in limbo. Okay, so sometimes like where things were good and happy in the past, the happiness or whatever was exciting for them has faded. All right, it could feel like this, they're like the relationship is feeling like it's unfulfilling, you know, right now. At least for them, maybe, you know, um, they're more in a place where they're like remembering the good times in the past versus the good times right now. So it does feel like, but it feels like you're coming through as very optimistic though. Like, it's not like you're like, you know, like you're not seeing things because again, it feels like I said earlier, like you've gone through so many cycles, or there could be like a pattern, a situation where like the deja vu is kicking in. So your optimism isn't coming from like being like arrogant or cocky. It's coming from a place of confidence or understanding, you know what I mean? So like you're seeing things positively, you're seeing things in a different way. And I feel like you're just kind of in a place where, you know, you're just being optimistic, okay? And you're just, all you want is to have some clarity and truth in the relationship, okay? So because, you know, it's aligned with the lovers here, it's kind of like playing a role. We have an apprehensive card on this side, but interestingly, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. All right, lack of emotional fulfillment. Okay, they may be feeling disconnected right now, or maybe the relationship is no longer bringing them that happiness. Things could be feeling like a little froze. All right, for those reasons. All right, somebody's like maybe reclusing or like running right now or something like that. The Ace of Cups to their Knight of Cups. Your Ace of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I feel like, you know, you're looking for a new beginning in love here. You're an emotionally open person. You're comfortable being emotionally open with this energy. And, you know, you're just hoping for something deeper, or some sort of reconciliation to get things back on track. Okay, and like with their Knight of Cups in reversed, I feel like maybe again they're in a disillusioned place, sense of disillusionment, okay, with romance here. You know, they kind of like do things from like the illusionary kind of approach versus the actual practical and action based approach. So kind of more easy to kind of communicate the emotion desires but not act on them. All right. And it does feel like, you know, right now they're not communicating in a romantic way. If anything, they're just kind of, they're a little detached from reality. Like the way they play their role in the relationship is just really kind of like twisted. So it's just not like, it's like kind of causing them to kind of harbor, you know, doubts, and cause even more confusion about the relationship's direction because they're not giving direction or they're lacking direction themselves. The Queen of Wands here to their Five of Wands. Queen of Wands energy, okay, this is an Aries energy, so you're showing up strongly here as you know, bold and strong. I feel like in terms of like your feelings for them, I feel like you feel very passionate about this energy. You do sometimes have to get like assertive with them, or sometimes you have to be assertive, okay? But you're like also trying to be protective about your own emotions, okay? Especially like your emotions and feelings towards this person. I feel like, you know, you feel like confident and charismatic when you're like in a place where like you're kind of being protective of the relationship's emotions, like the relationship's fire. So it's like, you know, you come through as very feisty, very outspoken in that sense. You don't hold back, you don't hold back your thoughts and feelings, especially about the Ace of Cups feelings and like pursuit of like a new beginning, starting something fresh here. So again, you have the patience and the temperance for it comes through. All right, but sometimes things kind of get a little too deep, too dark unnecessarily. The Five of Wands here, they're showing in with the Leo energy. Their Five of Wands is in the reverse, so I feel like maybe they're avoiding some sort of conflict right now. They just want to get past the disagreements, all right? And I feel like it's somebody that could be kind of taking a step back, trying to like feel like the relief, all right, from previous tension. Okay, so tension is coming through for them. Maybe they're kind of, you know, argumentative perhaps and making things very stressful. They could be also stressed out on their own. But there's also underlying issues that are needing resolved, but they're not being resolved. Okay, so like that whole problem keeps basically expanding. All right, so they're like kind of in an avoidant state. Okay, but avoiding kind of the whole taking action in pursuit of the passion or the romance in this relationship right now. It's kind of like they're there, but they're not like wanting to be super active. You're showing up with the Six of Wands. Okay, this is also a Leo energy. I feel like for you with the Six of Wands, the biggest challenge here is dealing with This person's like maybe not validating or recognizing your efforts, or just like they're validating or recognizing in a relationship. They could be discarding you right now or acting some sort of distant. All right, so I feel like, you need to just understand the pursuit of success. Like I said, we have pathways opening up for the both of you here. There's transformation for the both of you. There's changes here, and also there's kind of like the idea of just kind of having the opportunity to go be happy. So this is somebody I feel like, you just want to make like, it's not like you try to please them, but it's nice for them to kind of acknowledge or say, hey, I'm proud of you, or good job at something. Or whatever it is that you're going through as well, as part of the relationship dynamic, not just the relationship, but I feel like they're not as emotionally involved in those things. Okay. So something is, they're like that envy as well, like maybe somebody's overshadowing your victories as well. So there could be somebody here that's kind of casting, like not wanting you to kind of, if they're not part of the spotlight, they kind of don't want you to have it, like we were talking about earlier. It's showing up here. The challenge for them here is showing up with the Fool card. Okay. The Fool represents new beginnings. Okay, but also I feel like in this context it could be just that they feel like maybe out of depth or maybe unprepared for like more complex things in the relationship. Maybe they're just kind of acting a little out of character, acting a little reckless, careless, erratic. They're just kind of like not necessarily wanting to pursue something that has them settling down. All right, they'd rather just kind of be a little bit in the playfulness side of things. Okay, they overthink things a lot, so they kind of use the logic to kind of put their like status, like their needs, in a place where it makes sense. So like they just to kind of, again, like we talked about, we can talk about all the things that can make things happen, but we don't act on them as much. So there's a little fickleness here showing up. And it feels like this person's pattern is, if there's a cycle of like, love bombing and kind of getting on and discarding and all that stuff, and there's tension here and things might be a little silent. The pattern, the deja vu pattern, is to start a new beginning. Let's try again. Let's do something different. Let's come back. Let's get back together. Something like that. Okay, so I do feel like in that sense there's a lack of commitment, and this is somebody that's just not ready for like more, or ready for things that change that we're talking about, even though it's coming, but they're not ready for the change that makes them have to change themselves. All right, so the Queen of Cups here, and then they have the Ace of Wands. Your Queen of Cups for you is, in terms of like something, I mean, you're coming through as a very strong-minded person, very passionate, very intuitive energy, very mindful, okay? And I feel like you just want to convey compassion, okay? Provide emotional connection with this person or have an emotional connection. But I also feel like, you're wanting them to be a little bit more emotionally mature or mature in the relationship, and they're not. And at this point, your heart is very open, you're healing energy, you're very insightful. All right, so you have a sense of compassion here that can't be matched to other people, which really talks about this a lot here for you, because you come across as calm, understanding, patient. All right, but at the same time, you are interested in your own happiness, or your happiness should be of interest to you, I should say. All right. And I feel like, you just, it's like you want to let them know that you care and you want to bring that emotional stability, but it feels like they're kind of not in a place where they're wanting any of that, but not because it's you, it's just that they're not wanting that. All right, see, their Ace of Wands here is in the reverse. And again, it's like an opportunity of a new chapter here, but there's a lack of motivation and enthusiasm. So the new beginnings are there, but they don't want to start new things. Okay, so again, they don't want to change. They're not ready or willing to put the effort in reigniting the spark. And here we go with the Knight of Cups, not having a little lot of direction. Almost feels as though they're like codepending on you to take those moves to make things, but iron things out for them every time. All right, so again, this could be a minimal effort energy. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just there's like a reason things are where they are right now. Like it doesn't have to be that that's who they are all the time. All right, your Nine of Cups here is showing up with Pisces energy. It feels like you might not be kind of, again, feeling emotionally satisfied. And I feel like for some of you, you do have some unmet expectations. And you're feeling like this person's being a little bit selfish right now, to be honest from you. So I'll be honest with you. But I feel like this is an energy that, in terms of like expectations from them, I don't think they're gonna do much. Okay, I don't think they're gonna try to push much. It's more like it's like they feel like it's like no matter what you do, it's not enough. All right. And I don't mean that in a serving way, like when you serve, like a serving, like love language as a serving, but it just feels like the relationship always has a problem. Okay. So I don't know why. It just feels like they feel like naturally they're not fulfilled. And then the Three of Cups for them here, okay, it's in the reverse. They're everything's pretty much in the reverse except for the Fool's card, because they're probably really good at starting new beginnings here. But the Three of Cups for them, could just be like, they're not in a place right now where they're like not in a good mood, okay? So they're seeing themselves, they're withdrawing a little bit, maybe they're seeing you like also withdrawing a little bit. All right, but it just feels like they're not ready to put in the effort into anything, okay? Except for like maybe the social aspects of the relationship, but even then it just feels like things are not being enjoyed. For others of you, there could be that third party interference here that we were talking about earlier. There could be some sort of a love triangle situation playing out in the relationship, okay? Somebody's overindulging. We could also have somebody that's gossiping. So we have somebody that, if for some reason they're envious of you or something like that, they're allowing gossip, and this energy on the side is part of like that gossip, like they get to catch the talk, or like or hear it, or be like but it's just this card kind of can put things in a very isolating space right now as well for them. And we have another look at the Three of Wands for them. Wow, so it's like everything is in a reverse for this person. You're showing up with a Four of Pentacles, your Capricorn energy. In terms of what's next, I feel like something, you could be kind of like in a place where you could focus on like your material and emotional securities, not just your emotional security, but also kind of getting yourself in a place where you're conserving your energy and your resources, hanging on to your own what you own, what you have, what makes you you, okay? Just because you don't want to constantly put yourself in a place where like you're going to be losing out, or force changes upon you. So kind of like you're hanging on to your coin here. You're being very protective. You're kind of like almost trying to hang on, preparing for like the next thing, okay? Not just with the relationship, but just with how you're investing your time in the relationship and the things that you give and do in the relationship, which can in a roundabout way involve money, but it doesn't have to be. In terms of what's next with them here with the Three of Wands reversed, I feel like they're just kind of taking things or being a little lazy, okay? This is an Aries card, but they're not necessarily kind of um acting on anything. They're just kind of allowing things to just sit and stagnate. All right. They're not really picking up the pace here. But there's some barriers and changes here that they're trying to resist or not work through. And they're not planning. So it's kind of like almost like if you guys are having conversations, or if there's somebody's trying to make the effort, in this case, you to be that optimistic, positive kind of, okay, observing like a cycle, a pattern, or giving them space or something like that. They're not really trying to like their side of things. They're not planning as much as you might be planning for with that optimism. It's kind of again, they just have like some obstacles in their way, or they keep having obstacles, like talking about obstacles, like like problems. Okay, so I don't know. It feels like maybe they're like more again focusing inward and then just focusing on their own plans, then rather than like future plans together. But that's because this is somebody I feel like that likes to be alone, or is just not the committal type. No matter how much it feels like they may be, I don't feel like they're the committal type. I feel like in terms of the positive, that you're going through like a period of awareness here, understanding your true needs here overall, honestly. And it could be awakening them to what they really need to have in a relationship, and to kind of like be the change that they want to like see in other people. But it's just like they don't want to change themselves, so it's kind of like it's easy for them to see, like kind of like the grumpy energy, okay, is how they're coming through. But on the negative side of things, I feel like since you guys have an emotional mismatch or disconnection right now in that sense, there could be like a prolonged like periods of dissatisfaction, unfulfilled desires, and then it leads to like a painful separation, okay, if the issues are not being confronted. So there's like one extreme and the other showing up in the reading as well. But I do feel like for a lot of you, both of you, it's more about kind of valuing or validating, and also recognizing like the value that you both bring into the relationship. And it's not about like kind of, oh, well, we have to make sure it's balanced and fair. But it's more about, I feel like, the respect, and it does feel like somebody's siphoning, like there's a siphoning energy here. Somebody, an energy that takes more than it gives. Okay, so the balance needs to super important here. Okay, also communication, honesty, you know, just allowing things to fall where they may, and let go of things that, you know, don't define the relationship, so that we don't have negative attachments. Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and pull a final card for you to close out this reading. If you're still with me, thank you so much. Appreciate you all so much for supporting the channel in this way. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you have not done so, hit that notification bell. All right, you're always welcome to let me know in the comments, like I said, what's going on. Or you can type the word wolf, which is your spirit animal, to close this reading out. You can type wolf in the description or in the comments below. And your word is inner strength, your keyword. All right. So if you want to also type that to claim the reading, feel free to do so. Your message says you may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to look at it with fresh eyes. All right. Well, Aries, love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.